Hey everybody, welcome back to the VMP Performance channel. I'm Justin, and I'm here with a 3D printed fuel rail. One of our suppliers decided to stop by and pay a visit.
I'm Marcello from Silver Horse Racing. Happy to be here today to bring in the new prototypes to upgrade these parts.
And I thought this would be a really awesome opportunity to show everybody how we take something from a concept to a design and now to real built aluminum parts that Marcello has so nicely hand delivered to us. We've been making fuel rails for our supercharger kits for a long time. That's a really nice billet aluminum black anodized rail. It takes dash 8 fittings, which are pretty standard in the fuel system industry, whether you're running the adapter to go to the stock lines or you've got an aftermarket fuel system. But I wanted to make some small improvements in the rail design to make it more universal. For a long time, we have been using the short style 56-pound injectors out of the older GT500. The newer Shelby GT500 uses a larger tall style 60mm injector, and I wanted the opportunity to use those injectors with our fuel rails without having to use a bolt and spacer kit. So we got with Marcello, we worked on a design here, which you can see here on my laptop. Both designs are overlaid, and you can see some of the small changes we made to the model. We've moved the mounting tabs down, which has the effect of accommodating a longer injector. Once we got the design down, I 3D printed this in my little 3D printer at home and was able to come in here and test everything on an intake with a plastic part. Now, the downside to 3D printing, it's not always perfect, so I had to take some careful measurements from the model, make some assumptions, which is why Mr. Marcello brought us real 3D parts to actually test fit on an intake manifold today. And Marcello was telling me this wasn't exactly a simple change for you guys.
No, this wasn't actually a simple change. We ended up changing our fixturing, our programs are all new, all our tool paths are new. We used that opportunity to make these changes to also improve the product, to make it a more precise piece, and to work with different injectors and different heights that you had to work with.
For those of you that know me, I don't ever tend to do things simply, and there's a good reason for that though. I've got here on the table a slew of commonly available aftermarket injectors. Everything from FICs to DWs and even to injector dynamic injectors. Now, the injector industry has begun to accommodate this short versus tall thing in their own way. And I should actually say long, medium, and short, because technically there's 3 injector specs, but really there's only 2 that matter. FIC puts this little hat on the bottom of their injector. DW puts a billet height extender on the top of their injector, and ID puts one on the top and the bottom. So this was sometimes a point of confusion for our customers. They didn't realize they needed to take the cap on or off. With our Odin supercharger kit, that's always going to be a requirement because of the way the rails are built, but with our blowdown style 11 to 17 kits, we're now going to give you the flexibility to use tall injectors without longer bolts and spacers. Like I said, all the injectors are coming with height adapters, so you'll just leave them on there and there'll be no confusion. But that led me to measure all of these injectors and find out they were all slightly different in height. So just another way that we are continually trying to improve and invest in our products. Right now I've got this set up with the taller 2020 GT500 style injectors, and it looks like it fits pretty darn good. We've got a little bit of extra compression if we need it. When you bolt down this rail, it'll straighten out. We've added a little bit of slotting here to allow for some movement inboard and outboard. That way the injectors can just kind of take a natural seat in their O-ring and they're not forced one way or another. I think we hit it on the first try, Marcello, and we're ready to go to production with them.
All right, great, Justin. We're going to be starting later today, and they'll be in production. You'll have them in a couple weeks.
You'll see these parts show up in our kits in the next 2 to 3 months. Until next time, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you later.